there is one thing the Southland Stags have learned this season, it is how to close out a close match. Most of their matches have been decided by less than 10 points. And as we head into the last few rounds of the competition and potentially playoff matches, it could be a huge lesson for them to learn. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornf1lakes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 2 at the ITM Cup. We're into the final few rounds now and points are as crucial as ever for these two sides, some for different reasons than others, and it's Taranaki, the home team for today, that we have a look at, and we see that they are desperately keen for some kind of points to make their season a little more bearable from the travesty that it has become. Looking through, they are 12th on the table, 1 win and 8 losses from their 9 games. Their most recent 2 matches, a 42-0 loss to Canterbury and a 27-12 loss to the Hawke's Bay Magpies. If they want to make anything worth remembering in this season, they'll need to start winning here tonight against the Southland Stags side. And you have to say nothing against their team here. It is a very good Taranaki side, but just lacking that killer instinct to finish these matches off. Something that Southland isn't lacking this season is exactly that killer instinct. They've shown they have the skill, they have the ability to score those vital times when they need that extra little bit of points. They've got the wins when it's really mattered, and looking through their results, last week a 10-7 win over Auckland, 21-14 over Waikato, 12-3 over North Harbour, 21-all with Northland. That's just the last few matches, showing that they have the ability to get those vital points, and it's doing well for them on the table, sitting in 4th position. And if they can bring that form and that ability to win in 2 of those potential playoff matches, it could mean great things for this little union. Of course, it's all down to one player really, and that is Lima Sopoaga. He has led this side around like a little general, a little master. All the cliche names you can think of, he has got them. And if he can continue that, the Southland Stags side should be well on their way to a very good season. Almost set for action here, round 10 of the competition. And both sides desperate for points for very different reasons. Sopoaga and Southland in the maroon will kick off, and Taranaki in the yellow and black will be receiving, and Southland have an advantage already. A mistake from Charlie Ngatai. Not the best start there for the Naki. There was a forward pass. Wow, that's not very good at all. Touch. So the Stags, a great opportunity to open up their scoring. A set-piece play inside the Taranaki 22. Of course, the Ranfurly Shield holders not on the line, an away match, so they get to put that away in the shed for another week. Here is Elliot Dixon. He'll run it before. Oh, it falls out the back, and it's been beautifully picked up from Barrett. And away come Taranaki. Good play, but going backwards, losing the ball, and now they've knocked it on as well. Adams will jump on it, he picks it up, and it's ball back for the Stags. Advantage quickly over as it's squirted out for Brian Milne, and he goes straight into the heart of the Taranaki defence. And turned over as well, so Taranaki get it back. Smiley, he's hit huge, but it's offside against Southland. And a mistake coming from the Stags as away we come again through Price. Still advantage going to the Naki. And they'll slow it down here. Use the forwards in a high tackle. There we go. That is a disappointing way to finish a massive chance to score some points. So Taranaki could really punch their way upfield here. They need to get out of that 22, and it will be the former Southlander, Marty McKenzie, who will get that job done. Very accomplished, very experienced is McKenzie. And the line-out will take place just short of the 10-metre line. And Tutavaha will throw in for Taranaki. And it's set nicely here. Price in the line-out as Taranaki uses set piece. Beautifully, McKenzie was hammered. That was a great play, but he was all wrapped up very, very quickly. Now they go short of the forwards. Great run from Price again. And they're breaking away now on the right. It's there for Baker. And he has support. But into touch goes Peliasuma. Still on loan to the Taranaki side. We shouldn't really be, but that is the way it goes. 15 minutes in. And Hala always missed there completely. And it's ball back for Smiley. And Boys runs back for it. Now, Stewart, Beckuis has to take it to ground. Right on the Southland 22. What a turnaround this is. They'll run it out here. Whainga. Oh, great tackle on Carter Whainga. He has stopped ball and all. Hala on his shoulder. Can't use the pace of it. Milne has a go himself. Oh, somehow threw it out the back door, but he's given it away. And Naholo has picked it up. Danger man for Taranaki. Ngatai, beautiful ball wide. McKenzie, numbers out here in beautiful space. A chance on the right. And Baker is hammered into touch. And Peliasuma is right on hand as well. Well, things not quite working out here for Taranaki and for Southland. Both teams with the numerous chances to score. Neither have done it. And again, a not straight throw. Another big mistake from Halaholo. On his own line, that could be costly. What's the option taking here for Taranaki? Oh, they're going for a scrum. Good call here from the Naki. 25 in. They want to be first to score on their home ground here. Just 10 out. This is a massive chance, set piece scrum. Oh, Southland get a shove on. Could it be a turnover? It is. And away will come the Stags. Adams, great run. Finds support in Milne. Milne looks to slice through. He's just dragged down. Great tackle from Peliasuma. Back it goes. Sopawanga, first time we've said his name. And Southland opt to use the wind to their advantage. What a kick here from Sopawanga. That is classy. He gains an absolute truckload of metres. A good 60 or 70 upfield into the Taranaki 22. And what a change around that is. Line out throw, stolen from Boys. Here we go. This is a game-changing point. And a chop goal from Sopawanga. Well, as if the touch finder wasn't enough, he single-handedly puts the Stags in front. Stolen from Boys. Sopawanga first receiver, snap drop goal. And 3 points in the bank for the Stags. Well, that changed in such a hurry. Taranaki were on the attack. A big clearance kick from Sopawanga as he's got the ball again and he frees up Jackman. Jackman's busting away. Over the top he goes. James Marshall's there for Dust. The ball sits up for Jackman and Jackman will score. Southland get a beautiful turnaround. What a change in this match in just 2 phases of rugby. Jackman scores, the lead is 8. Unbelievable turnaround. The Stags are on the back foot and they've come back from nowhere to score 2 beautiful plays. It's set up perfectly for Jackman, who just had enough to get away from James Marshall covering at fullback. Outstanding work from Jackman. He is a class act for the Southland side. He's played almost every position in the back line and he is just that good that he excels at every single one of them. And he dots down for the first try of the match. And boy, what a change has come from Sopawanga's clearance kick. Southland in trouble. And now all of a sudden, a few minutes later, they have an 8-point lead, which could become 10 with Sopawanga, who shoots it to the left. Well, that's a shocking kick from normally a very good goal kicker. He'll want to quickly forget about that. He has played outstandingly already, has Lima Sopawanga. 4 minutes till half-time and Marty McKenzie's back at halfway. Taranaki have fallen off the pace very quickly as Adams finds, oh no he doesn't, find Dixon. He's gone straight to McKenzie. And Taranaki get the ball back. Oh, and they knock it on. Instant mistake. And Southland will opt to give themselves a chance here to run it out. No, they won't. They've gone back to Sopawanga. And he drills this downfield over the head of James Marshall. The chase is coming from none other than Sopawanga himself. It's pulled. Oh, it's missed completely. What's going on here? Taranaki mess it up. Quite remarkable. What just happened there from Taranaki? Lema Sopawanga has just given you the perfect reason to chase every single kick. Marshall picked it up, thought he was still in goal. He just dropped it. Sopawanga gave it a little nudge and dives on it in the end goal. Unbelievable stuff. Taranaki, what are you doing? Marshall, oh, what a dreadful play. And outstanding stuff from Sopawanga. Have you seen anything like this before? An unbelievable turnaround from what we had just minutes ago. Southland could take a 15-point lead into this break. And here it comes, a sensational shot from Sopawanga. And he has the extras, but man, he has been a one-man band for the Stags in this first half. Easily dealing to this Taranaki side, the classy fly half. Look at this, 15-0, and Sopawanga has pretty much done it all himself. He fed the ball to Jackman for try number 1, and then he did it all himself for the second. 15-0, and the stats have a lot to say here. 78% possession for the Southland side, 68% territory. Tackles are fairly low. Southland somehow have even made one more. Line breaks just 3-2. So we're keeping it low, but it's been a tight match here. And Taranaki making a whole host of handling errors. 5-2. That is a huge amount. Southland opted to kick. They had a big breeze behind them, and they used it very, very effectively. That big raking punt of Sopawanga's has led Southland to a very good half-time lead after it looked like Taranaki might be the ones to open the scoring. So half-time here, round 10 of the ITM Cup. It is Southland leading this one comfortably, 15-0 over Taranaki. How quickly 10 minutes of rugby can change a match here. Southland were struggling defensively, and now they come to half-time with a 15-0 lead as Marty McKenzie kicks the second half off, and Vanga beautifully pulls it down and it's given away. And it's Taranaki with the first chance here inside the 22 of Southland. If they can hang on, and they do, they go left side. It's a short pass to McKenzie, and he can't get through the defence. Good tackle. Takes him to ground. Still plenty of options here. Oh, that's a huge tackle. Broadhurst very, very slow to get up there. Still trying to get to his feet. It's to the left side. It's a chance for Taranaki. Cutting it back to the right. Oh, and a monstrous hit once again. Taranaki, very little options here on attack. They're going nowhere and sideways. No, oh, he's got it. No, he doesn't. I thought surely he was over on the goal line. Taranaki must score. Advantage they get for offside. Southland too much off their line. Surely they'll be happy to give away the penalty. And they will. Elliot Dixon, the man called offside, but Southland won't mind. They were really under the pump. Great tackle on Smiley. And they'll take it all the way back to the 22 for a shot at goal. How about this for a call of surrender from Taranaki? 50 in, and Paliasuma has butchered that. That is a horrible shot at goal. Well wide and well astray. Taranaki are wayward at the moment. They are really missing their mark. Sopawanga will return his side to the 22 for the dropout. And he goes deep down into the breeze. And it's picked up there from the Holo, who's returned the kick with a bit of interest, but Southland might want to leave this alone. No, Ngangalafe will go back himself, and there's an offside. That is deliberate offside from Price. That is about as bad as you can get. There's a little short side play will go into, it's been called out by Southland. John Hardywood saying, I want the penalty. The ref has said that is deliberately thrown out. controversial decision that may cost Southland some points at their defensive end. Good scrum from the Naki. Smiley. He goes to the right for Baker. Oh, and Baker's hammered into touch. Well, isn't that karma in a sandwich for Taranaki? They still trail by 15-0. Southland have a line out, and Holo will throw in, and he goes to Beckwith at the front. Adams fires a big ball wide. Dixon opts to change his mind, change of direction, and Ngalafe has been hammered. Not called, put in by Southland. That's interesting. It should be a 5-metre scrum here, but it's not. The ref is making a few silly errors here, and it's going the way of the Stags at the moment. As they go through Broadhurst. Good ball over the top. Nice hit of Baker. Baker on Ngalafe. Beautiful fend. But he gets taken by the cover defence.
Release.
Still ball here for the Naki. Short one. Price finds his way through. Just about a chance for Barrett. But he's taken just short of the 22. And Southland turn the ball over. Holo gets a bust. He's through the middle. He looks over the top for Cornf1lakes. Whanga's going to make it. No, he's not. Oh, Sopoaga knocks on. Well, could have been a perfect night for Lima Sopoaga, but he's just dropped that ball cold in his hands. He had a man on his wing.
Crouch.
Brian Milne was waiting.
Sit.
But it did not go to hand, and Taranaki will get the scrum feed, and that monster, that scrum of Southland. Now they go, oh, what a horrible play to Naholo. That is a real hospital pass of the highest caliber right there from Smiley. And Southland get the ball straight back. Holo, who has an off night with the lineouts, but that one's right. As Adams goes to boys, goes short to Sopoaga. And he just about threads a little needle through the middle. Back again for Adams as he looks to the right-hand side for Tim Boys. Boys is busting. He looks for Whanga. Whanga to Milne. Milne's looking to shimmy. And he eventually goes to ground. Good tackle around the bootlaces. Dixon fires a bullet. Oh, Holo gets smashed, but he still offloads to Hardy. McIntosh in tow. Sopoaga back to Adams again. Boys all intercepted. And now it's back again for Baker. Finds Piliasuma. He looks to thread through but can't get away. Good defence again from Southland, keeping this Taranaki side out. Adams to Beckwith. Runs to the line before going to Cornf1lakes. He's in behind now, but he's held up. A good tackle from Naholo. The ball goes back to Boys, who calls it to instantly be used. Holo, beautiful. 1-2 hands. Oh, Brian Milne has been hammered. A big shot into touch, and a long period of exciting rugby comes to a close. Taranaki will throw in again. And oh, it's stolen in the middle this time. And it is Stewart with a great turnover. Holo looking to be inventive with a set-piece play, but it doesn't come off. Adams again. Adams runs himself. It could be a chance here for Adams. He looks back for Jackman. Jackman bulldozing. And Jackman's over. Jackman gets a double, and Southland are looking classy here. They have disposed of this Taranaki side in a pretty good all-round performance. We'll see it here. A great run from Taylor Adams. Took his time, threaded the ball beautifully to Jackman, who was waiting in the wings, took two defenders, and he took them down into the end goal. A great try. Jackman has been one of the standout performers in the ITM Cup this season. No question about that. And reward for another good try. This match may well not even get a restart here if Sopoaga takes his time. Heavy wind against him. Buzzer goes. This will be the final play. And what a final play it is from Sopoaga. Outstanding kick. He makes up for that early miss with an absolute perler on full time. And the Southland Stags have hammered Taranaki 22-0. An absolute clean slate against this Taranaki side. Well, it should have been the scoreline they were looking for, but you can never underestimate these sides like Taranaki. Southland have come out, they've played to their game plan. They've played a good 80-minute match, and they've got the result that they would have really looking for. 3 tries to 0, 22 to 0. They would have loved a 4th, but the 3rd only come at full time. So no bonus point yet again for Southland, but for Taranaki, no points whatsoever. For Southland, it was 3 tries. Sopawanga with a freakish try. That was just absolute bullish stuff from him. He was man of the match. He got a try, 2 conversions, and a drop goal. And he led the Southland side, like I said at the start, beautifully led from Sopawanga. The rest of the points scored from Jackman. He was the special man in the back line, finishing off on the left wing, fully deserved, and he is playing a very good role here for Southland. The stats even up quite a lot from what they were at half-time. Look at that possession, 57%. Territory, Taranaki just nudged that 52, so they pulled it back a long way, but the line breaks 5-7. Southland still taking that one by a couple. Amazing, Taranaki 5 line breaks, yet they could not score a try. Southland's kicking game was in full flow, 12 kicks to 8, and just the 1 high tackle. Not good, not bad discipline, I should say, by these 2 teams. So it is 4 points in the bank for the Stags, and they will look good now with 10 matches played. They should leapfrog Tasman back into 3rd, but we'll have to check that out, the table and the other scores from round 10. So as you can see on the fixtures list here, there has been no further matches played since Southland thrashed Taranaki 22-0. So the next match you have to look forward to is Manawatu at home against Tasman. How this affects the standings looks a bit like this. Southland, oh well. Although they've played their 10 matches, their points differential against Tasman is actually lower, and they're on equal points, Tasman with a game in hand. This is interesting here. They have kept 3rd place, have Tasman. So good work there. Tasman have their match against Manawatu, who are, let's see, in 5th place. This is going to be a good week of matches here. Tasman, if they can get some points, they could put pressure on Canterbury, who sit 2nd. As for today's other opponent, Taranaki, they still sit dreadfully down in 12th position. So that's what we have to look forward to. Tasman versus Manawatu. That is the Bucketheads, the Turbos, at home to face the Makos. Interesting stat. Let's see if we have Marty Banks back from injury yet. No, still another 16 days for Marty Banks. So that's probably another couple of weeks before he is back, which, well, if they can keep this form up and get into the playoffs, into the semis, and that they could have their key man back for when it really matters, but will he be match ready? Big calls ahead for the Makos, but first they need to concentrate on the Manawatu Turbos for their round 10 fixture of the ITM Cup. So that is my time for today. Thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed today's match. Southland getting the win over Taranaki, and I'll be back again very soon for plenty more rugby action, so stick around and stay tuned, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.